Hello everyone, today is going to be a very interesting review. This is just a USB cable, but it's very important to have a LCD display on it, and I'm going to show you why. If you are not aware, in the past period of time there are a lot of USB cables, all that use USB Type-C connector, but some of them will charge your device faster or slower, some will be acting like they are faulty, and so on. And there are a lot of new devices that include fast charging, turbo charging, such as Xiaomi phones, or having devices such as the ROG Ally here that really needs 65 watts of power. And if it happens that you have various USB cables, you may find out that this is not working, not charging, or actually discharging when you are using it, or this is not going to achieve turbocharge, and there are a lot of other type of problems. So the idea is that you need a cable that has this, and this is the E marker chip, and this is a chip that kind of negotiates the power delivery of your device, such as these power banks, with the load, and that's the device that you are charging it. So this actually has that chip inside, so it's going to negotiate the maximum power that it can deliver, and it's also going to show that in real time. And now let's open the box. And in the box we are going to get, of course, the cable, a warranty card, something in Chinese, some stickers, and the cable itself. And you can see that this has almost regular plugs, just like a normal cable, although they have put a small LCD in there. So will it work or will it not? Also, we are going to check if this is accurate or not. I have here a USB tester, so I'm going to use them like this, and also I'm going to use another cable without this to check that if the indicators are the same. So first I'm going to connect it to this power bank. This power bank has roughly 30 watts of power output, so I'm going to connect the cable here, and now I'm going to connect it to this phone, and let's see what happens. So it says here quick charge, and we can see the power. I'm going to try to adjust the camera so that somehow this flashing thing is visible, but probably on the camera it's not going to be. So now you can see 17 watts of power, and that's how fast it charges. Then let's check if this is right. So I'm going to put this tester on, and I'm going to use a simple regular cable. I'm going to connect that, and I'm going to connect this cable to the same power bank output. So again we have quick charging here, and let's see on this display. So we are doing 16 watts of power, so rather close. That one was showing a bit more, but it also depends on the cable. So if I take this cable out and I'm going to test it with a third cable, this one also has management chips inside. So I'm going to connect it to the power bank, and I'm going to connect it to this. So again we have quick charge, and we are getting 16 watts of power. So that one shows roughly 2 watts more, but we are going to move on further, and we are going to do the following test. I'm going to put the cable with the LCD on the tester, and in theory I should see the same power on both devices because they are now connected in a chain, so they should be showing roughly the same thing. So let's see what happens. And again I'm going to try to adjust the camera so that you can actually see something. Okay, so 17 watts of power and 16.2 watts of power. This doesn't have a digit. This is not going to show you fractions, so they are roughly close. So you can see now it's 15.6, so this is 16, so they are very close. So the accuracy of this is very good, and we have learned that this cable actually charges a bit more faster this phone. So now you've got the idea. This shows the power. So what's more better than having this? Well, for instance, I have here two power banks. I've told you already that this one also outputs only 30 watts. This one can output 65 watts of power. So maybe I have a device such as the ROG Ally here that needs 65 watts of power to function properly, and maybe I have this power bank and I don't know its output, and this thing discharges and I don't know what's the problem with it. Well, this is kind of a diagnostic cable. So if I'm going to connect this directly and I'm going to connect it to the ROG Ally here, you are going to see here, let me show you again. So I'm going to adjust the image so that it gets on to be brighter. So it's drawing in 15 watts of power, and probably if I'm going to power this on because it's in standby, it's going to draw up a bit more, and it's drawing only 17 watts of power, and that's it. So it's not doing even 20 watts of power, and simply this device is going to slowly discharge and die even if I'm charging it from the power bank. But if I move this cable now to the other power bank, the one with the 65 watts output power, what is happening here? You are going to see that this is spiking already at 44, 53 watts of power, and 38, 39, so it's varying. 40 again, because now it's charging the battery and it's doing its job. So as quick as that, without using any kind of dedicated tools, using just a simple cable, you can diagnostic your power bank. It's more complicated to diagnose a charger because usually chargers come already with their own cable, but if you have a charger that you can plug your own cable into it, then you can use this and determine if the charger is outputting the needed power or not. What is interesting about this cable is that it's just a fraction of the price of such kind of device. Although you can see this is very tiny, this is actually very advanced and you can learn a lot of things with it. But this one costs several times more than this cable. So if you want not to overcomplicate it yourself and spend less money, don't buy this. Just buy this simple cable and you are going to find a lot more things about your gadget and devices. A few more things worth mentioning. When you see this cable doing that thing, with your eyes in daytime, you are not going to see that. That is just the shutter speed of my camera. So that's just an artifact showing. Otherwise, with your eyes, you are just going to see it clearly like I'm adjusting now, but not that bright and not out of focus, so you get the idea. Also, you know that Baseus uses various naming schemes for their products, like crystal cable, power cable, I don't know, cascade, call it whatever you want. This one actually doesn't have any kind of name. I'm going to try to include you a link where to get this, so you don't spend too much time searching for it. So this is just a display fast charging data cable, nothing more, nothing less. Oh, until my next video, see you and bye bye.